Alrighty, brothers and sisters, the market is not feeling well today, but I am staying very optimistic about this market, very bullish, and I'm buying more. And today we're going to be talking exactly about that and why I expect the market will recover and recover pretty fast. In today's video, we're going to be talking as well about our favorite meme coins and what's going on with them as an update. So with no further ado, let's get into today's video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And remember, nothing is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and this show is for entertainment, some education, and hopefully finding God. Now, here today, guys, we've seen Bitcoin dropping below that $115,000. So some people will be asking what happened with Bitcoin, why is it dropping? So this is important so that we understand if we should be buying the dip or not, or should we be selling, or should we be freaking out. So some people are panic selling as usual whenever we have something going on. So what's exactly caused this panic selling today, which is not a major panic sell, which is not really, from 115 to 113, but regardless, this really caused the market to feel it. And the thing here is that what happened basically is that US job market data come out and it was pretty weak in July, which means that the economy is not doing great. So that's what shook the market. But on the brighter side, now since the recent Fed meeting, we had no rate cuts, and the market was expecting no rate cuts as well for September. But guess what? Now for September, since this US job market data came out yesterday, now the market is expecting an 80% chance that September will see a rate cut. For those that know, that means this is a very bullish for altcoins, because there will be money printing. This is very likely. Now we have not seen 80% since a long time right now, that the market is expecting 80%. Now on the short term, today the market is crashing because of the news, because the market needs certainty, needs to understand and hear from the devil's mouth that we are gonna cut the rates, or at least needs a day to actually cool down and calm down and understand that this actually job data might be really bullish for the market. So the market is not really doing that yet because it's very irrational and emotional. And if you've been watching me, you understand that I like to buy the fear, the panic selling, and I like to sell the greed. And you can see today here in the market now, which is very good, very bullish. We don't want the extreme greed to be hit yet. As slowly our altcoins are climbing up, we don't want to hit extreme greed very fast. Now today, the crypto fear and greed index is at 51, which means neutral. The market is fearful again. The market is not really confident, and I was expecting that to happen. I wasn't expecting extreme greed to just hit very fast, and that is due as well to the usual phases of the market. We are in phase 2 of Ethereum, which we're going to talk about. So basically the money rotation now is going exactly like it should, from Bitcoin to Ethereum to larger caps to mid caps to lower caps, not like before when we see Bitcoin pumping and then we see extreme degeneracy on pump fund and lower caps. Now we are having an actually healthy market, and that's what I like to see. I like to see the fear and greed index really slowly either going towards greed or staying around neutral. I don't want it to go to extreme greed very fast, because that means we're going to end the cycle pretty fast, and the money rotation will not have its time to really flow from top to bottom on these altcoins and give us an actual all season. So that's the main reason why the market dropped, is because of the US job market. But understand that this was one of the main reasons why Jerome Powell did not want to cut rate. But since now we have a weak labor market in the US, this means the rate cuts are pretty possible. And now it's 80% for September. So we are heading towards the exact same time frame we're talking about, which means an all season that would start around September. By that I mean an extreme greed type of FOMO driven all season, where we see altcoins really going crazy, Ethereum above its all-time high, and altcoins going parabolic. And we should from September start to see a very different market, a more bullish FOMO driven market from September till the end of the year, like we've seen in previous cycles, where we see at the end of the year Q4 is usually the most bullish. And we've seen that pretty much happen a lot, where usually Q3, Q4 are very bullish, and each year, like bull market years, for example 2017, Q3 and Q4 bullish, green, 2020 as well extreme, and as well in Q3 and Q4 of 2021 very bullish. Usually Q4 is usually green and very bullish, and we see mostly green as well on Ethereum. This was Bitcoin. On Ethereum as well is the same thing. Usually Q3, Q4 are pretty extremely bullish. and as well as for August. And August usually is a green month on the post-halving year or on the bull market year, like 2021, pretty green, as well as July 2017 as well. July and August pretty green. Now so far we had a green July. Probably August could flip back green, but the most important to us is September, because this is tracking mainly Bitcoin. So from September we should be more looking into altcoins and what they're doing, especially Ethereum. And usually, as I said here and as I shown you on Ethereum, usually Q3 and Q4 are pretty green and pretty bullish. So what I'm thinking exactly happening today is a panic irrational selling because of the news, and this should be reversed, and we'll have to see on Monday. This will be the day where we probably could see some the market reaction on this, as crypto now is pretty much 24/7, and on the weekend crypto will do its own thing. Pretty much we could see it just going sideways or try to recover, and then we see what Monday is gonna bring. If we could see any news or breaking news or something like that, that could some emergency meeting by the Feds to start cutting or something, we could see something like that as well happen. Or we could just see the market actually pricing in that we're going to see rate cuts happen in September, which means the market should start to reverse back up by Monday or on Monday and next week. So in my opinion, what I'm seeing here is mostly a panic sell type of sell-off happening. Now if we look at Ethereum here, we have a strong support at around 3,300, and this could really provide a support for the weekend and get us back towards targeting towards 3,700 for on the short term. So on the weekend, pretty much what we could see, and this would pretty much show as well on altcoins, which are seeing a downturn today, not an extreme drop, but they are seeing a bit of a drop. And as of today, we have Breton 8 holding strong at $10 million in its market cap, and Dorky extremely holding strong, continuing its uptrend, as they've seen some crazy hype recently and they've been trending on .com, which is very bullish to see for a low cap meme, and that's pretty much shown as well on the chart as this uptrend continues. We even seen Fungi since my last video really pumping and holding strong as well. So pretty much the market is just waiting for Ethereum to do its thing and slowly climbing back up. And as I said, this is what we need to see. We don't want extreme greed right now. We want just the market neutral while altcoins are slowly grinding up, trying to build a higher floor for the actual alt season. So for me personally, I'm not really worried about this drop we're seeing today. These markets will always have dips along the way. As I said, we've seen this, and I've talked about this since Ethereum started its impulse rally up here. I said we're gonna see dips along the way. It's pretty normal to see that as Ethereum climbs back up, and we're pretty close on that 4,000 level here. We're seeing a bit of a front run, so a retrace here as well is pretty healthy for a continuation to the upside. So it's pretty normal. Even when we will see a new all-time high on Ethereum, we will see another pullback, maybe some few weeks of pullbacks, then a rally up. So the market will not be an easy way up as most people expect, but rather an up and down, or some corrections along the way while it's going up, and pretty much understanding the broader picture, which is rate cuts are coming, which is the main fuel for these altcoins. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching today's video till the end, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.